channel, my friends. It's your boy Steve from Straight Fire Picks. We're back with your best bets for the NBA. Here for you today on Sunday, April 6, 2025. NBA player props, spreads, totals, predictions. As always, we got 4 picks in the video that I think are great value bets here for the Sunday NBA slate. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. Let's have a big day in the NBA, guys. If you're a returning viewer, also make sure you hit that like button for me as well. It really helps us grow the video and what we're trying to do here at the channel. So appreciate all of you guys' support. Make sure you guys drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section as always. If you guys would like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put the star or an asterisk next to your pick. Include your pick in the video if it hits. From yesterday, we had Scarborough Bets calling Rudy Gobert over 12.5 points. He completely dominated the Sixers yesterday. Great crawl there. Gobert went for 20 plus, so love to see it, guys. Make sure you guys don't forget to participate in that by dropping your favorite pick below. And let's have a big day again here in the comment section. Don't forget to check out all of our links down below. Social media, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, of course, our community Discord page. All those links down below for you in the pinned comment and the description. If you guys want to stay updated here at the channel, great way to do so. Don't forget to check out our Straight Fire merchandise as well. If you guys are interested in getting some Straight Fire swag, shirts, mugs, signs, stuff like that, all available on our store. Link for that in the pinned comment and the description as well for that. So be sure to check that out. And then lastly, check out our Straight Fire MVP program, guys. I know I talk about it a lot, but it really is the best value going around the channel here. Just $3.99 for the entire month. You get access to all of our picks and our plays early, a few hours in advance of the video. So this morning, I dropped our plays at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Time for our members here at the channel, just to give you an idea of when I did that. For our baseball plays, I actually dropped those last night. So definitely can be advantageous to get these early lines because they likely will move. The whole point is, if you're usually on the right bet, a lot of times they will move because other people start seeing it too. So definitely take advantage of that, guys. You also get custom emojis, roll call in the Discord, shout outs in our video. And like I said, really our appreciation here, guys. It really helps us out. Like I said, just 13 cents a day. One other thing, you guys also get access to our Straight Fire MVP exclusive pick of the day. Now, we're going to return that on Monday. We took yesterday and today off from that. That will return on Monday, our exclusive pick of the day. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Outside of that, enough on that, guys. Oh, shout out our 2 newest members here at the channel, guys. ALS Attic, and I think, let me see. Guys, my brain just farts out of me sometimes. ALS Addict 989 and Taylor Myers. Appreciate you guys for signing up. I really do appreciate it. Enough on that. Let's do a recap from yesterday. We had 3 plays. One of them got voided. Obviously, John Morant didn't end up playing. A late scratch with the illness. But ended up going 1-1, minus 0.9 units. Really, I thought should have been 2-0. Really thought we had this in the bag there with the Miami Heat. We had the Miami Heat minus 1.5 spread. And they were leading by 7 late in this game. And the game ended up going to overtime. They ended up losing in overtime, so we lost that bet. And unfortunately, Tyler Herro didn't end up playing. So I talked about it yesterday. I was questionable on the injury report with that thigh contusion. I figured that he'd play, though, and he did not. So that obviously hurt us. I still like the Heat going into that. That's why I took it, with or without Herro. And for the most part, it looked like at times they were gaining control of this game and just couldn't quite seal the deal. So unfortunate mess on that. Then we had Onyeka Okongwu under 15.5 points. He hits us easy. He finished with 6. Really didn't get a lot of good looks, just as expected. So we'd love to see that. So like I said, just a 1-on-1 day, minus 0.9 units. But we're ready to get back after it today, though, guys. Got a nice slate of NBA games. It is getting tougher as we're coming down the stretch. You really got to pick your spots wisely. Obviously, not knowing what these teams are going to do as far as with their minutes, the players' minutes and different things. Obviously, as playoff spots are getting locked up and, stuff like that. So you got to just pay attention to what you're on and just make sure that you have the right motivation and the right elements in your bet. So, like the plays we have today, let's get after it today, guys. Let's get a 4-0 sweep. We've been red hot in the NBA. Of late. We're still 31-12 over the last 43 NBA picks, so we've been absolutely killing it. So let's get back after it today. Let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we're going Christian Braun Over 13.5 points here for the Denver Nuggets. Minus 115 odds on ESPN Bet. 1 unit play. Love this spot here for Braun, guys. This dude's been playing heavy minutes, especially of late. He's averaging 36 minutes per game over his last 10 games. Look for that to continue here versus the Pacers. Nuggets still have everything to play for. I know we talked about it the other day. We took them versus the Spurs on the spread, and of course they benched their whole lineup. But here, as long as Braun's playing, he's going to play the minutes. I think that's the thought here. Been really consistent, actually, to this line, particularly at home. He's 57% this season, 66% in home games to this line, which obviously I'd love to see that. 14 of his last 20 overall to this line, 14 of his last 20 at home to this line. So you love seeing that. One of the things that you guys know a guy like Braun for, obviously very athletic, could get out in transition. One of the things that I really see happening today is him getting out in transition versus this Pacers squad. This is going to be an up and down game. So I think Braun will get some good transition opportunities here to score, and obviously he'll have to fill in the rest. But we already saw him cash this line versus the Pacers on February 12th, posting 17 points. So pretty solid there. Obviously like to see that. Like I said, everything to play for the Nuggets. So you don't really have to worry about a loss of minutes on him. As long as he's playing, he should be playing his full complement of minutes. And a pretty solid matchup overall. The Pacers allowing the 12th most points to shooting guards for the season and over the last 15 games. So I love this spot here for Braun versus a high-paced team where, obviously we could see him get out in transition and get some easy buckets. It really is what we're hoping for. Like I said, his hit rates in home games this year was enough to sell you on that. 66% at home. Really doing it of late, too. 14 of his last 20 at home. So, obviously, love the spot here for Christian Braun. Love it there for number one pick, guys. We get Christian Braun over 13.5 points here for the Denver Nuggets. Minus 115 odds on ESPN Bet. Kane at number 2. Guys, I hate to do it again, but we did it to success the other day. Some people didn't like it, but it cashed. We had Derek White under 26.5 PRAs here versus the Washington Wizards. Minus 110 odds on DraftKings. You guys probably think I'm crazy for so many reasons for this bet. 1 unit play, plays for the Celtics. Guys, in this particular spot, we took him under versus the Suns, who were a really good, really weren't a bad matchup in some ways for White. But it's along the similar logic. The Wizards can't defend anybody on the floor. Anybody. So if there's going to be a guy that's going to be attacking, it's going to be a guy like Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum. Simply because there was nobody on the Wizards that could defend any position, apparently. It's been that way for pretty much the whole season. And White really isn't a high volume guy unless he it really has to be. We saw it the other day versus Phoenix. He's a guy that very much lets the offense come to him within the offense. He's not a guy that really looks to get his own shot a lot. And here, really nothing to play for the Celtics. I mean, there's a good chance here that White really doesn't play big minutes. I see him playing up to 30 minutes, really not going beyond that. He's not going to play heavy minutes for so many reasons. Obviously, the spread here is set to 21 points in favor of the Celtics, so this has blowout potential written all over it. And the Celtics here fairly healthy coming in as of right now. Obviously, that could change. They could put different players in there. But even if so, I still don't see a White really looking for a shot and being aggressive take because he's just not going to have to be. I think in this particular spot versus the Wizards team, I think he goes under. He's already gone under versus the Wizards, which is why I really paid attention to this because he's gone under 2 or 3 games versus the Wizards this year. The one that he cashed, he had 27. And the other 2 he cleared pretty easily to the under. So even when he did cash versus his team, he just got there on the hook. So I think, to me, this line right now is simply too high for the elements that you got involved here. A lot of blowout potential, loss of minutes, a lot of loss of minutes potential. Obviously for White here, definitely could happen. And like I said, anybody could go off on the Celtics. And White is just one of the 5 players on the court. So if it happens to be Derek White, and he goes for a 50-piece, and we lose the bet like that, I guess I'll have to live with it. But if that's not the way it's looking early, like if it's Jaylen Brown going to the rack, I'm going to feel pretty good that we're going to cash here on White. So I think we have a really good opportunity to cash. Like I said, because everybody has a good matchup versus the Wizards. The blowout potential. If you look into the numbers, when White plays a max of 30 minutes. He's just 83%. He's 83% under at home with 30 minutes or less. So honestly, like I said, I see him playing at max 30 minutes here versus the Wizards. No, like I said, the blowout potential. The scenario in the season when the Celtics just don't have anything to play for. We did see him play, his normal minutes the other day, but I think at some point those minutes are going to start declining here, closing out the season. It's not like they're trying to overexpose their guys here heading into the postseason. So, love it there for number 2 pick, guys. We got Derek White under 26.5 PRAs here for the Boston Celtics, minus 110 odds on DraftKings. Okay, at number 3, we got the Los Angeles Lakers, plus 9 spread here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, minus 105 odds on BetRivers. Risking a unit here, I think this is a great spot for this Lakers team. Lakers, pretty clean injury report coming in, just LeBron on there, listed as probable. So obviously he should be playing. And I really think this is a good spot here for the Lakers versus a Thunder team. Really with nothing left to play for. Just got blown out in Houston. And maybe we're seeing the Thunder start to check out a bit here during the regular season. You definitely could see that. Obviously nothing really much left to play for. They were going for the 70 wins, but I believe that's out of the question now with that loss to Houston. So I think here, this is a good spot for the Lakers to at least keep this close. I think the Lakers have a good chance to win this game, honestly. Like I said, I have a feeling we've seen the Thunder check out a bit mentally after that drubbing there in Houston. Obviously, we didn't really anticipate that. The Thunder were favored by 6 or 7 points in that game. Ended up getting blown out by 14. So I think here it's just hard to imagine the Thunder are going to really get up for this one. The Lakers have a lot to play for. Lakers still jockeying in the standings. I mean, they could end up in the play-in tournament still, or they can end up as the 3 seed. So obviously, I think the Lakers are going to want to lock up that 3 seed and have a good performance here on the road versus the Thunder. And really, if you look at the matchup, the Thunder have struggled really the most versus the Lakers. Over the last 2 seasons, over the last 4 matchups, we've seen the Lakers actually win 3 of the last 4, covering plus 9 in all 4 of those matchups. So obviously, like seeing that. I think this is another spot where you could see it again, where just you got LeBron, Luka, Reeves all healthy. This team is actually starting to get healthier now. Hachimura also coming back. So I do like this Lakers team when they're healthy. I mean, I think they're not well balanced in terms of they don't have a real big, which I think will be an issue later. But for right now, in this particular matchup, there isn't really any bigs on the Thunder that particularly scare me. I mean, they got Hartenstein, but it's not like he's the next prodigy, if you guys know what I'm saying. So, like I said, I think the Lakers, at the very least, keep this game close. I think they'll have a good chance to win, to be honest with you, which is why I really like it today. So, love it there for number 3 pick, guys. We get the LA Lakers, plus 9 spread here versus the Oklahoma City Thunder, minus 105 odds on BetRivers. Okay, and finally at number 4, we got Stephen Curry, over 25.5 points here for the Golden State Warriors, minus 110 odds on Fanatics. Love this spot here on Curry. 7 of his last 9 versus the Rockets to this line, 1 for 2 this season. Last 3 games, he's coming in red hot. 52, 36, and 36. He's been absolutely rolling here, which we'd love to see that. He's been doing it all right now for the Warriors. Passing, shooting, he's really been the guy. Of late, he's got a different look in his eye where he's been taking over. Basically, I think, when Jimmy Butler first got there, Curry was trying to figure out, how's this going to work? How aggressive do I want to be? Well, ever since Curry came back from injury, he's looked like the guy that's really taking it upon himself to be the leader of this offense and really make this team go. So he is not being shy with his shooting. He's not being shy with his aggressiveness. I don't look for that to change here. He really has the best matchup on the floor. Rockets allow the 2nd most points to point guards for the season. So I think this is a spot where Curry can take advantage of this matchup. They've allowed the 10th most points over the last 15 games to point guards for the Rockets. So it's been a pretty consistent trend with the Rockets versus point guards. And like I said, this is the one spot really on the floor where the Rockets have struggled. The Rockets are obviously a very good defensive team, but this is the one spot where they've really struggled. And here, the Warriors have everything to play for. Curry and the Warriors obviously still have everything to play for, just like we said with the Lakers. Movement in the standings, they could end up, obviously moving up quite a ways, and they can end up in the play-in tournament still. So it's obviously a really important game for them. Spread set to 5 in favor of the Warriors, so we're expecting a close competitive game with a full minute count for Curry. So I think in that case, I think Curry has a great chance here to hit this over. So love it there, guys. For our number 4 pick, we got Stephen Curry over 25.5 points here for the Golden State Warriors. Going -110 odds here on Fanatics. All right, guys, that will do it for our picks. If you guys enjoyed the content, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. On the road to 9,000 subscribers. We're actually pretty close. I think we can get there today, guys. We have our Major League Baseball Best Bets video out today as well, so make sure you guys don't forget to check that out. If you guys are interested in playing baseball bets, been pretty hot over there the last couple days. 5-1 in our last 6 Major League Baseball plays. Really starting to get things rolling there. So make sure you guys check that out. Let's have a big day of NBA. Let's have a big day of baseball. 8 plays total with the channel. So we're going to have a lot of sweating to do today. Hopefully we can have at least a 5-3 day. Preferably better than that. But love what we got on tap today, guys. It's going to be a fun day in sports. And I don't know if you guys saw the Final Four games last night. Had some great games on yesterday. The Final Four got the national championship coming up, so that'll be exciting on Monday. And yeah, just a great season for sports, obviously, right, guys? With baseball coming back, the NBA playoffs getting ready to start. As we're closing the NBA season, like I said, we got to continue to be a little careful. Just that we're picking the right spots. So just pay attention. Pay attention to injury reports, guys. Pay attention to anything you hear, like on Twitter, in regards to minutes, players playing. You want to know all these things, really. So that's why I'm really careful about as far as taking players on overs where they have a lot to play for. You know, taking spread on a team with a lot to play for. And then I don't mind playing unders on teams with not a lot to play for. That's fine. You can take unders all day on stuff like that. That's actually added equity for you. Obviously, like we said there on Derek White. So, outside of that, that will do it for me. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Let's have a big Sunday, and we'll catch you guys all next time. Peace out.